Hola amores, and welcome back to the channel. And to those who don't know me, I am Maritza, currently a graduate master's student in psychology. And today we're talking about why is it that the shy and the quiet guys don't actually realize how attractive you can be. So let's pay attention and let's get into it right now. There's a saying in Spanish that goes like this: Es mejor callar que locamente hablar. And it means it is better to remain silent than to speak foolishly. Okay? So my loves, are you maybe one of those guys who usually stays quiet in a room when there's a full of loud talkers around? And if so, then you've probably spent a lot of your time feeling maybe invisible. Am I right? Or maybe you think that because you're not the life of the party, you are at a disadvantage. But here's a secret that I will tell you, and also the loud men do not want you to know. There is a deep magnetic power in silence. To the right lady, there is a deep power in that. Because to so many of us, a quiet guy does not represent himself being boring. He's actually a mystery to be solved. And I'll explain the psychological reasons why being the quiet one is actually your greatest romantic edge. So to begin, let's talk about something called the mystery premium, and I will explain. In a world right now where everyone overshares everything so much, especially on social media, privacy has become a luxury. And when you do not feel the need to fill every single silence with your own voice, then you will start to create something called mystery premium. Psychology says that people project their own positive fantasies onto a man who doesn't always reveal everything at once, okay? One who doesn't say everything at once, and all because you're not desperate for any sort of attention. And if so, you appear a lot more self-contained and a lot more high value to many ladies. And this also means to some women that you're not shy, but rather you're just very selective. Now let's talk about something else, something called the power of active observation. Because what? Because quiet guys are usually the best observers of everything in a room. Because what? The loud guy is always usually thinking about what he's gonna say next or saying whatever comes to his mind. But you're actually the one who's listening. And when you finally do speak, you notice all those little things that others simply missed. Maybe you're the one who remembers the lady's favorite book, or why she gets quiet during a certain topic when it comes up. You remember all these things. And attraction here is that nothing makes a lady feel more seen and more understood than a man who listens with intent. So you being quiet actually allows you to gather a lot more of the data that builds real deep connections. Now, the point number 3 I want to share is all about the calmness. And this is also a superpower, and I'll explain now why. Why? Because in evolutionary psychology, there is a link between quietness and strength. And in nature, the apex predator does not bark. You know that. The prey does. And the reality is that a man who can sit in silence without looking awkward or maybe fidgety or nervous, he's the one who signals internal stability. It shows that you're not seeking always the external validation to feel okay, right? You're okay with who you are by yourself, quietly sitting down and analyzing. And without a doubt, this calm presence that you have is incredibly grounding for the lady who deals with the emotional chaos everywhere else she goes, everywhere else in her life. Okay, my loves, point number 4 that we need to mention is the intimate transition. And this means what? This means that when a quiet guy finally decides to open up, it actually feels a lot more of of an exclusive reward. Because the magic here is that what? Usually the loud guys, when he tells a girl something or that she's beautiful or whatever, it's just another Tuesday for him. It's really not that special. Or when the quiet guy decides to lean in and say something that shows vulnerability from his behalf, something profound, it carries 10 times the weight. Because she knows you're not giving your energy to everyone else. You're giving it to her because what you're saying, you mean it and it's real for you. And last, my loves, I want to talk about the critical distinction between being shy versus being weak. Because yes, there is a very big difference between being quiet and being fearful. Being an attractive man as a quiet man requires what? Requires eye contact and requires you to be presence. However, if you're on the other half looking at your shoes or biting your nails or looking elsewhere, then this is called insecurity, which is not so sexy. But if you're looking at the lady while you're silent, then that is pure tension at 100%. So you do not need more words if you're a shy, quiet guy. You just need to be more present. That's it. And my loves, know something. Your silence is not a wall. It's actually a filter. It filters out the people who want noise and also attracts the people who want depth. So you stop trying to be the loudest person in the room and start being the most grounded one there. And with this, we have reached the end of today's video, but I invite all of you to connect with me through Instagram. Go and check out my other music relaxing channel here on YouTube. Go and see the channel's membership, and go check out my website, thematchmakingcupid.com, just in case you may want one of our services. Once again, I am Maritza, and know that I will try my best to continue always keep bringing you ways on how to create a better bond with yourself and a more meaningful relationship with all those around you. Mwah. Till next time, ciao, ciao, my loves. Ciao, ciao, my amores.